Good evening, good evening, good evening. It's once again time for Monday Motivational Moments.
Monday motivational
Thank
moments.
you so much for joining us tonight. Monday Motivational Moments is sponsored by Fashion Inspirations, Inc. We are a nonprofit organization that simply offers encouragement, enrichment, brings awareness to breast cancer, especially during Breast Cancer Awareness Month. But I want to point out that breast cancer awareness is not just a 1 month of the year thing. It's 24/7, 365, as many other illnesses are. So we bring focus to it in October, but just know that we're going to keep going. Mm-hmm. All right. Tonight, my I guess I can't really call him a guest because he's actually the president of Fashion Inspirations Incorporated, my hubby, Dr. Arnett Moore.
Hey,
so please welcome him this evening. We're going to get started with a little conversation that he and I started having actually earlier today. And although I say that, it really started a long time ago because we talk about it all the time. But we've talked about living a full and productive life after having breast cancer. We've talked about the kinds of things that you need to do to just keep yourself healthy and safe and well. And tonight we want to talk about some of the things that really help in the healing process. There are a lot of things that you encounter as you're going through your breast cancer journey or even afterwards. Life has to go on.
Absolutely.
And during the healing process, you need to be mindful of the things that you allow yourself to see and those things that you allow yourself to hear, because those kinds of things affect your healing process. So we just want to talk about that for a little bit. What do you want to say about that,
you mentioned something that you said in your opening, and I was reminded of what Kelly told you as you were going through your therapy. Kelly, her therapist at the time, her occupational therapist, shared with her, "Listen, Pam, you've gone through all of this. You've gone through the surgery. You've gone through reconstruction. You've gone through chemo. You've gone through all of that so that you can live. So why not do just that? Live your life to the fullest. We're trying to get you to a place now where you can enjoy things and you can do things." And so one of the things that we were talking about in the way of trying to get you to a place of living and enjoying yourself is really putting yourself in a positive atmosphere. And one of the things that we feel like is very instrumental, no pun intended, to doing that is the kind of music you listen to, what you're listening to, what you're paying attention to, the kind of lyrics that you're listening to, and things of that nature. Those can all be so uplifting. They can be so positive. They can be so reassuring. They can be so healing, both mentally, physically, as well as emotionally. That plays such a heavy part in how you can move through the healing process.
I remember there were times when I was going through my healing process. And for those of you who don't know, I am a breast cancer survivor. This is my 3rd year of being cancer free. And I give glory to God for that. And there were certain things that I just could not watch because it caused too much anxiety. And anxiety in your body when you're trying to heal from surgery and chemotherapy, and for some people, radiation, that just doesn't help you. That hinders you. And so you have to be careful with the things that you watch. My husband likes shoot 'em up, bang, bang kind of movies. And I don't. I'm a rom-com kind of girl. I love rom-coms. I watch Hallmark religiously. Don't judge me. But I got him watching too. But I like things that bring me happy feelings. And that's the kind of vibe you need when you're going through a healing process. I remember watching a movie one night, and it just had me jittery all night. I could not go to sleep, and I knew that wasn't healthy for me.
Probably something like Die Hard.
Yeah, something like that.
Bruce Willis.
Yeah, something crazy. But it was just not good for me, and I had to recognize, listen, your body is having to work right now. to get back to a state of being restored. And you don't need to put that extra chore on it. So you have to be careful about that. The other thing I had to realize is what I listened to, the kind of music I listened to. My girls will tell you, I'll just tell you, and if my girls are watching, they will probably shout out. Whenever I am going to be home for a long time, especially when I was healing from surgery and all of that, I would put on this one CD.
Harlan Rogers.
And
Timeless.
I would literally listen to it from 8 in the morning to 5 at night until my husband came home from work. And the reason I would is because it was instrumental. It was all old hymns, but it was an instrumental modern version of the songs, and it was just soothing. It was the most soothing sound. Oh my goodness, you should hear it. It's an awesome piece of music that my girls got so sick of it because I listened to it all day and all night sometimes. So that type of music is healing, and it's soothing, and it helps your body to just be vibrant and no anxiety. It takes the anxiety away, I guess is what I'd like to say.
Yeah. But the lyrics that you're listening to goes right along with that. You know, you want to listen to positive, uplifting things. There might be some folks out here who may listen to a lot of secular stuff. Okay, I'm not mad at that. I'm not going to knock you for that. But be careful with what you listen to. Be careful with the stuff that's going in your ear, because that stuff has an impact on the physiological side of you that sometimes you don't realize until you're caught in the situation and stuff comes out. You have to be careful with that. You have to be very, very careful with that. Now, as gospel artists that we are, our preference is to sing the good news. And that's kind of what we prefer to listen to as well. And every now and then, I used to always say, every household ought to have, every married couple that is, ought to have a little Nita and a little Luther. A little Nita and a little Luther go a long way to keeping the house smooth and cool. But if Luther isn't your thing, and if Anita Baker isn't your thing, then there's plenty of musical lyrics out there that really are uplifting, that really do have the capacity, and I've said this often too, it has the capacity to transcend time, to move you to a place in time. Literally, I'll tell you, I can listen to some Earth, Wind, and Fire grooves to this day, and automatically my happy place from my late teens to my mid 20s just jumps up, because those were some great songs that represented some great times. Oftentimes you need to pay attention to that and allow the music to be able to transcend you to those places where you just feel good. You just feel good. All right, I'm gonna throw another name out there. And Happy Feelings, Frankie Beverly. That's one of those songs that when I hear it, yo, it just kind of, oh man, it just kind of settles you down. And anything that could have been pressing on me at that point in time dissipates, goes away. It's done. So you have to be careful with what you allow to go in here and what you allow to go in there, because they do have their impact on you negatively or positively. I just like to stay positive. So I'm going to listen to the stuff that's going to have me doing this, doing that, put a smile on my face. Your love makes me smile. Yeah, those are the things that really do kind of bring out the happiness in you. And that's where you want to be as you're going through this journey. You want to find yourself in a happy place as much as you can. Because quite honestly, as I can attest to, having been a caregiver before, it's a rough way to go. It's not anything that you really want to see anybody have to walk through and have to go through. having the surgical procedures take place, having the recovery from the surgery, and then having to go through the other treatments that you have to go through, whether it be radiation or chemo. Those are rough times. So you got to feed yourself with the stuff that's going to bring out the positiveness in you and cause you to want to go through. Because as Kelly said, you're doing all of this to live.
To live.
You're doing it all to live. So put yourself in a posture to really live and live life to the fullest. That's what you want to do.
Another thing that is helpful in your healing process is to stay around positive people.
Oh, absolutely.
Don't allow negative people to come and enter your world and infiltrate you with their negativity.
Absolutely.
That is very key.
Absolutely.
Sometimes, and I don't tell people that it's a good idea to necessarily isolate yourself from people, but what you do want to do is guard yourself from those people who are going to cause you to have emotional harm.
Absolutely.
When you're walking through a cancer journey or any type of illness or any type of situation that's difficult, you don't need people in your ear. They're going to steer you in the wrong direction.
Absolutely.
One of the things I had to deal with while walking through my cancer journey was dealing with sometimes people don't always know the right things to say during that time. They want to be helpful and they mean to be helpful, but sometimes their words put you in a space. Just like Arnett said, those lyrics to those songs can sometimes transcend time. Sometimes words can transcend you back to a place that you thought that you had moved from. And so you have to guard yourself and know that, hey, no, I got to throw that thought out right there. And sometimes it's not that easy because in the nighttime, when you're trying to get some rest, those thoughts start swirling in your head.
Absolutely.
And you replay the words that have been spoken to you that day.
Absolutely.
Or the statements that were made that, oh God, I thought I had gotten past that. Absolutely. And now here it is flooding me again. So you have to be careful. You have to be careful when you're in a healing process that you guard your heart, guard your mind, guard your ears, guard your eyes. You know, that's...
See no evil, hear no, there you go.
So it's that kind of situation. And one of the things I tell you, and I say this to this day, my happy place is my family, my daughters, my sons-in-law, my 7 grandchildren. And I don't want to give them back like they said in Cosby. They gave me 7 grandchildren. I'm not going to give them back. No, I don't. I love every one of my grandchildren, and I'm so glad they're here. But yes, you think about your happy place. What's your happy place? Some people, unfortunately, going through cancer, they don't have family.
Right.
And so sometimes all they have to depend on is that happy place. What's my happy place? Some people, it's the beach. You know, some people, it's, I don't know, playing golf. Hint, hint. Or some people, it may be going out and playing sports of some other kind of sports, or it may be a particular restaurant that you love to go, you know, whatever. You have to use what makes you happy and feel good inside. And I'll tell you, one of the things that I do want to say about guarding your eyes and your ears is Google. Google is a great resource. It's a wonderful resource. But when you're trying to learn about something that you're going through, get reliable sources. We talked about that last night on our panel discussion that we had last night. And if you didn't see that, I strongly encourage you to go and watch that. It's on YouTube and Facebook Live, Facebook on our Fashioned Inspirations page. Phenomenal panelists that they just share their heart and their genuine experiences during their cancer journey. It was siblings. The topic was the breast cancer journey, a family affair. And so we had different family members and even friends and to talk about their experience of caring for their child as a cancer patient, caring for their mother, there was a son there who had to take on the role of caregiver after his father passed away, as soon as his mother was diagnosed,
left his corporate 500 job to come back home and care for his mother. Right.
That's love. But there are things that are sometimes expected by the patient. Mm-hmm. Some things are expected by the family members, and you just sometimes don't say the things that you need to say. So sometimes, and that leads me to this, say what you need, because not everybody understands what it is that you need. You don't even understand what you need sometimes. And so we can't expect our family members to just guess about it, because quite frankly, they're trying to figure this out too. Yeah. They're trying to figure it out for you, and they're trying to figure out
for themselves
how it's impacting them.
Right.
So just be careful with whom you use your time with.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
So we don't want to stay on here very long. We usually make this a 15 to 20 minute segment, and we're going to hold true to that tonight. But there's this little song that my pastor wrote it, and it talks about healing, and it's a spiritual song written by our pastor, our wonderful Pastor Helena Barrington. Mm-hmm. And we just want to sing just a moment of that song, because it literally speaks to healing, and it acknowledges God for who he is and what he is. And he has healing in his wings. All right, we're going to try this a cappella, y'all, so don't laugh at us, okay?
Starting off.
He is the King of glory. Mm-hmm. He is the King of kings. He is the Lord our righteousness, with healing in his wings, with healing in his wings. Be blessed, and thank you for joining us. Bye-bye.